Yo, welcome back guys. Today I will continue the presentation. This is part 4 video. Let's start. Okay, the topic today about the characteristic English for science and technology. What the table of contents? The table of content is introduction, key characteristic of EST, structure and organization, types of communication of EST, language features, language language features in EST, visual aids and data presentation, challenge and tips for mastering EST, and the last in conclusion. Okay, wait, next slide. Okay, the first is introduction. What the definition of English for science and technology? The definition of English for science and technology, or EST, is a special type of English used in science and technical fields. It has specific vocabulary, grammar, and ways of communicating that are different from everyday English. EST it is important in areas like engineering, medicine, environmental science, and information technology. It helps people explain complex ideas and data clearly and accurately so that others, even those who speak different language, can understand. Wait, guys, wait. The next is purpose. The main purpose of EST is to make sure that scientific and technical information is shared clearly and precisely. In fields where details matter, EST allows experts to explain complex ideas in a way that reduces confusion. This clear language is especially important when sharing research with people from around the world. By using specific terms, specific terms and organized formats, EST helps experts share discoveries so they can be understood and used by others globally. Wait. So the next is purpose. The next slide, key characteristic in EST. So the first is precision and accuracy. In English for science and technology, the language must be very precise and accurate. This means that every word and phrase is chosen carefully to ensure that the message is clear and unambiguous. Scientific and technical information can be complex, so using specific and detailed language and help prevent misunderstanding, ensuring that readers or listeners interpret and the information exactly as intended. The second is formal tone. Formal tone in EST often use a formal and objective tone. Unlike casual language, a formal tone makes the information sound more professional and reliable. By being objective, meaning it avoids personal opinions, the language stays focused on facts, research finding, and evidence, which is essential in scientific and technical communication. Wait. The third is technical vocabulary. The technical vocabulary in EST use specialized terminology that is unique to its field, such as biology, engineering, or technology. Each area has its own set of terms that professionals understand, allowing them to communicate complex ideas more efficiently. For example, in medicine, terms like hypertension are understood by doctors worldwide. This shared technical vocabulary is essential for accurate communication in global science and technology fields. Wait. Uh, the next slide about structure and organization in EST. The first is logical flow. In EST, both writing and speaking follow a logical sequence, which means ideas are organized step by step in a way that makes sense. This logical flow helps readers or listeners easily understand complex information by presenting it in a clear, ordered way, moving from one idea to the next smoothly. The number two is standardized formats. The standardized format often use specific structure formats, especially in written document. For example, scientific papers commonly follow the IMRED structure or introduction, method, result, and discussion. These standard formats make it easier for readers to know where to find certain information like background details, the research method used, the findings, and the overall conclusion. Using these standardized formats is essential in scientific fields uh, as it creates consistency and familiarity for readers. Number three is data driven. The data driven in EST claims and conclusion are backed up by data and evidence. This means the rather than relying on opinions or assumptions. The information present is supported by factual data, experiment, or research finding. This emphasis on data ensures that information is reliable and trustworthy, which is especially important in science and technology, where accuracy is key. Okay, the next slide. Types of communication EST. Wait a second, guys. The next slide about types of communication in EST. What the types of communication in EST? The first is research paper. Research papers are detailed documents that present new findings or knowledge within a specific file. These papers are written with a great care and are reviewed by other experts, known as peer review, to ensure that information is accurate and meets scientific standards. Research papers are essential in fields like medicine, biology, and engineering because they are contribute to a overall body of scientific knowledge and allow others to build upon these findings. Number two is technical report. Technical report are practical documents typically used in industries and applied science. Unlike research paper, which focus on new discoveries, technical reports are often present findings that solve real-world problems or address, address specific technical needs. For example, an engineering team might create a technical report detailing how to improve a process in manufacturing. Number three is this is important part. This is about presentation and lecturer. In science and technology, presentation and lecturer are common ways to share findings and ideas with others. This can be given to both expert and non-expert audience, so they may be adapted to different levels of understanding. For example, a scientist might present at a conference to explain their research to other scientists, or give a lecturer to a general audience to their findings more accessible. Presentation and lecturer helps bridge the gap between complex information and audience level of knowledge. Wait, nervous. Aduh. Uh, Next slide about language features in EST. The language feature in EST consists three parts. The first about passive voice. In EST, the passive voice is often used to maintain a neutral and objective tone. This means the focus on the action or result rather than who performed it. For example, instead of saying we conduct the experiment, it would say the experiment was conducted. This style emphasizes the process and findings, make the information sound more factual and unbiased, which is essential in scientific and technical communication. Number two, nominalization. Nominalization is the use of noun to instead of verbs to describe action or ideas. For example, instead of saying we develop a system, one may say the development of system. Using nouns like development, analysis, or investigation help create more formal and abstract tone, which is so common in EST. These features make the text sound more professional and precise, focusing on concept rather than action. The last is conditional language. Conditional language in EST frequently used in EST to express hypotheses, possibilities, or experimental outcome. It's important because scientific and technical work often involves testing theories or predicting that might happen under certain conditions. For example, if application X is true or not. Sorry. For example, if X is true, then Y might occur, allows the writer to present ideas without claiming absolute certainty. This careful conditional wording is essential in fields where results can vary and outcomes are not always guaranteed. I think this is long video, right? uh, Next slide about visual aids in data presentation in EST. Number one is graphs and charts. Graphs and charts are often used in EST to present data in clear and visually engaging way. They help readers quickly understand trends, comparison, or relationship within the data. For example, a line graph can show change over time, while a bar chart can compare different groups. This visual make complex data easier to interpret, which is especially using for presenting findings to both experienced and not expert. The number two is table. Tables are commonly used to organize and summarize large amount of data in a straightforward format. Instead of describing each detail in text, tables allow for efficient presentation of information, making it easy for readers to look up specific values or data points. In technical fields, tables are helpful for displaying results, measurement, and all data in concise way. The number three is diagram. The diagram or visual representation that simplify complex system or processes, such as a scientific methods or an engineering mechanism. They help break down complicated ideas by showing how parts are related or how a process works step by step. For example, flowchart can explain a series of actions in experiment, or a label diagram might show the parts of machine. Diagrams are especially used for illustrating ideas that would be difficult to explain with words alone. Okay, the next. What the challenge in EST? Uh, the first one is complex vocabulary. The complex vocabulary is one of the significant challenges in English for Science and Technology or EST. Is the use of complex vocabulary. Each scientific or technical field has its own set of specialized terms or jargon that can be difficult for new learners to understand. For example, terms like mitochondria in biology or thermodynamics in physics may not be familiar to everyone. The specialized language can create barriers for those who are not already knowledgeable in the field, making it hard for them to engage with the material or fully grasp the content being discussed. Number two is grammar complexity. EST often employs complex sentence structure which can be challenging for learners. Writers frequently use passive voice, nominalization, and conditional language, which can make sentence longer and more complicated. For example, the sentence like the results were analyzed to determine the effectiveness of treatment can be harder to follow than simpler structure. This complexity can pose difficulties for non-native speakers or those accustomed to academic writing, leading to misunderstanding or confusion. And the number three is cultural difference. Another challenge is the cultural difference. Another challenge is that the way information is present can vary significantly because between culture. Different culture may have unique convention for organizing information, citing sources, or even the tone used in communication. For example, some cultures may value directness and brevity, while others may prefer a more elaborate style. This can lead to misinterpretation or difficulties when individuals from diverse backgrounds collaborate on scientific or technical projects. Understanding and adapting to these cultural differences is crucial for effective communication in global context. Uh, oh, this is the last. Uh, the last is conclusion. To wrap up, English for Science and Technology or EST is very important for clear communication in fields like science and technology. Its main features include using precise words, a formal tone, and organized structures, which help share complex ideas and research findings clearly. While learning EST can be challenging due to complex vocabulary and grammar, there are ways to succeed. Expanding your vocabulary, practicing structured writing, and using visual aids can, be, can make a big difference in understanding and sharing information. The overall mastering EST is essential for anyone who wants to do well in the global scientific and technical world. Being able to communicate effectively in EST helps professionals share new ideas, work together, and make important to contribution to their fields. Wait, guys, I think I I I skip the challenge and tips. Okay, the last is challenge. Uh, sorry, I skip the last slide before conclusion. The tips for mastering EST: expand vocabulary. One of the most important step in mastering English for Science and Technology (EST) is to build a strong vocabulary specific to your field. Familiarizing yourself with the key terms and phrases used in your area of study such as biology, engineering, or information technology will help you understand the material better and communicate more effectively. You can doing this by reading academic papers, technical reports, and other relevant literature to see how these terms are used in context. Additionally, keeping a glossary of important terms can be helpful reference as you continue to learn. The next, practice structured writing. Following standardized writing formats is essential in EST as it helps convey your ideas clearly and logically. Familiarize yourself with common structure such as IMRED for research paper. Practicing structured writing not only improves your ability to organize information but also makes your work more accessible to readers who expect this type of format. Regularly writing summaries, reports, or proposal using this structure can greatly enhance your writing skill. And the last, use visual aids. Incorporating visual aids into your communication can significantly enhance understanding, especially when dealing with the complex ideas or large data sets. Use graphs, charts, table, and diagram to present your information clearly and succinctly. Visual can help illustrate trend, comparison, or process that might difficult to explain with words alone. Practicing how to create effective visual and knowing when to use can make your presentation and reports more impactful and engaging for your audience. Uh, I think that's all, guys. I think that's all for my presentation today. If you have any question or suggestion, you can type in comment section. I will answer and elaborate. Maybe I can I can elaborate your answer to my opinion in comment section, guys. Okay. Uh, Thank you for your attention and participation to watch this video. This is very longer. I'm sorry before. Thank you, guys.